gathering is not contained in this building. If we go Google mode on our cell phones, we'll be able to locate ourselves exactly where we are together in this place. Maybe our minds can be drifting around to other places. But right now you are here. You are here because your body represents all of you. I know our minds can play funny games with us. I remember many times at school, that's many years ago, or even in church, the teacher or the pastor will be talking things, and I will be sitting there nodding my head, and then I realized, oh, I was not supposed to nod my head now. My mind was going somewhere else. But this morning, I want to encourage you that your location is not Hermanus, South Africa. We might be represented here right now in our skins, in our body suits. But we share another place together. The way that we are gathered here this morning might never be repeated again. It's very unlikely that all of us will be together like this again at another time, just like this. Lydia and I are so blessed to have Stefan, our youngest son, here. For more than 10 years, he's been living in Europe, in Switzerland and Germany, playing the piano. And teaching music. And you know, Lydia used to have a very inexpensive cell phone, mobile phone. It was so old and cheap that you would leave it lying around. Nobody would steal it. It's too old. But then we told her that she can FaceTime Stefan on a new phone. And she got a new contract for the first time in her life. She has a new phone. Because people, we are living in a wonderful time. Our technology is amazing. I mean, imagine our great-grandfathers. Imagine them coming in to visit the planet Earth. They will think, what is going on here? We can press little buttons. And we can connect, we can tweet, we can FaceTime, we can Facebook. Our friends arrived here yesterday, and we were standing there at the old harbor. And I pointed to the De Wetshuis Museum. The De Wetshuis Museum was my old great-grandfather's house. My grandmother, his daughter, also lived here in Hermanus many years ago. And when she was a small girl of 6 years old, her father traveled with her by ox wagon to Pretoria. It took them 6 months. But later on in 1961 we lived in Pretoria. And my father came to Cape Town to fetch my grandmother here from Hermanus. Not in an ox wagon. But the same distance. But this time they went by aeroplane. Just over 2 hours. So my granny, she lived at a time where many things changed. From Oxwagon, not because it was, a special adventure. There was no other way to transport. From Oxwagon to aeroplane. And when I think about these things, I am so excited about a new day that introduces us to a new thinking. It's actually not a new thinking. It's an old thinking. But it's new to us. When somebody who is a farmer, when they plow their fields, maybe they've been doing it for many generations. Why do they plow the fields? Because they can see a harvest there. They can see a future in that field. They know that little imbewu carries bread inside it.
That seed, smallest seed,
the farmer has an eye of faith. He can see something in a small seed that carries a big promise. And so for many years they would plow that field and eat its bread. But Jesus tells a story of another field. It is also a field where people would sow their seed and reap their harvest. But in Matthew chapter 13, verse 44,
verse number 44,
he says the kingdom of heaven is like a field that carries another treasure. In the Greek it speaks of an agricultural field.
So
the history of this field can repeat itself again and again and again. Because everybody has the same eye. When they look at that field, all they can see is more bread. But Jesus says there is another secret about this field. It carries a hidden treasure. And that would be a nice story in itself. But if the story ends there, what is the meaning of the story? Jesus says a man finds the treasure. And all the people listening to Jesus, they are so excited because they are Jewish people. They are businessmen. They are farmers. When they hear this kind of story, this is a very nice story. That means there is something in that field that for many generations nobody knew about it. I want to tell you something about gold. Gold does not become gold when you discover it. Gold is already gold without your permission. You know, I want to compare gold with faith. Faith is already belief before you believe it. Our belief does not make something true. We can believe many things. And we can believe it sincerely. But faith does not make something true. Truth is already true before you believe it. Truth does not become true when we can get more people to agree with us. In our history as a human race, we love and we are shocked to see what our grandparents believed. For many generations, the people of planet Earth, they believed sincerely that the earth was flat. If someone suggested to them, I think the earth is round, they said, no. You must not be stupid. You must keep to the general, to the popular vote. We all believe it's flat. When people finally realize that the earth is indeed round, the earth didn't suddenly become round, it was round from the beginning. Sometimes we believe many things. One of the saddest things in the Christian community, one of the saddest things in the Christian community, is that we are the most divided community on planet Earth. We are standing on the threshold of a new election here in South Africa. And our political parties, they are shaking their feathers. They want him to look good and, want to attract some votes. But if we are honest about our politics in South Africa, you don't have too many choices. Maybe 2 or 3 choices between different parties. But when it comes to church, we have hundreds of churches to choose from. We're reading the same book. Oh, but I believe the Bible says. And I see my neighbors also got the Bible. They say, I believe that the Bible says. And we become enemies. I know when we have big conferences, we all feel the presence of God. And we can even hug that brother that we don't like so very much. Oh, hallelujah. We high five, we are one in Christ. Oh, I need to get away. I have good news this morning. Paul makes it so simple for us to discover the truth, the treasure. We don't need to waste our time plowing old fields anymore. Because we have eaten that bread. And it cannot satisfy. We've eaten that bread Sunday after Sunday. Prayer meeting after prayer meeting. Year after year. We're eating that bread of our own labor, of our own religious sincerity. But I have good news for you this morning. Paul speaks of another faith. No. It's not another way of people seeing about God. Paul says in Ephesians chapter 4, he says, there is only one faith.
Yes. What?
Hallelujah. Whose faith are we talking about? It is not what we believe. It is not what the Catholics believe. It's not what the reverends from the Dutch Reformed Church where I come from. It's not what the Dutch Reformed Church believe. It's not what the Baptists believe, brother. It's not what the Pentecostals believe. The only faith that matters is what God believes.
Jesus.
Yes. The gospel.
Evangeli.
Now listen. Even in Paul's days, there were many gospels. There were many ideas of men. And you know, people can become very persuasive. Sometimes when you go and buy something, or maybe you just go to town, you don't even want to buy something. You are just window shopping. And you go into this shop. Maybe it's a furniture shop. And there's a man sitting there. And he's very bored because it's still long before 5 o'clock. And he's been waiting for you. So when you come in, he says, can I help you? You try to ignore him. You say, I'm just looking around window shopping, you know. But if he's a good salesman, he's like a good fisherman. He says, I'm going to catch this person. And they can be very persuasive. And they can do things to your mind. You're just walking in there, you know, because you have some time to spend. But then they talk things into your mind. You think, this man is right. I cannot live another day without that thing. I need that now. Oh, you're right. Where do I sign? And you sign your entire salary away. Because the man said, you've got to buy it now. Oh, we've got a special price before tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. You see, to believe something is a very powerful thing. But it's a very dangerous thing. Even in the days of Paul, there are people that were very convinced and persuaded about their beliefs. And then people get confused. I mean, we live in a modern society where all the different beliefs of people are on Facebook. If you want to get really confused, go to all the Christian pages on Facebook. You'll have a headache. You say, oh. That man said something very nice, but I can't like it. Because if I like it, some of my other friends will see my like, oh, and they start gossiping. We must now block him or defriend him because he's liking the wrong posts. Oh, Facebook's a wonderful place, but you've got to be strong. There are wolves out there that will tear you apart. The good news I want to share with you. If Paul is right, if there is not two, but only one faith that matters, one faith, it makes me feel very relieved. It means I can leave all the other beliefs and I can just focus in on what it is that God believes. You know, Jesus did not come to win the competition between the many beliefs. I mean, Jesus was born right in the middle of the Jewish patriarchal system, the Jewish faith system. And he fully represented his father's belief. You see, Jesus did not come to planet Earth to start the Christian religion. He did not come to planet Earth to win the political vote against Muslims. to vote against Buddha, to vote against Moses. He came to reveal the truth about the Father. I love that verse in Colossians 1 verse 15. Paul writes, and he says, Jesus is the image of the invisible God. Jesus is the face of the Father. He says in John 14, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. Hallelujah.
Jesus.
Because in the same Ephesians chapter 4, where Paul says there is only one faith, he says there is only one Father. Come on. How can the father of lies be the true father of mankind? He is an illegitimate father. You know, I tell people everywhere I go, my iPhone comes from the shop where I got my contract. The day I received my iPhone from the shop, I did not congratulate the shopkeeper and pat him on the back and say, "Whoo, you've got a fantastic design here." Because it did not begin in the shop. And you know, if you take the cover off, you look at the back, you say, ah. Like most other things we buy today, this phone was also assembled in China. You don't write letters to the president of China or the chief of China and say, "Oh, Mr. Chinese, my China, I congratulate you. Hey, my China, I congratulate you with a fantastic device." This device did not begin in the shop. It did not begin in the factory. It began in someone's thought. You did not begin in your mother's womb. You are the idea of God. You have one Father. Jeremiah 1 verse 5.
Jeremiah 1 verse number 5.
God says,
I
knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. You are known by your Father. You are known by God. God is mindful of you. We have 4 children. 3 sons. 1 daughter. Our daughter is married. She lives here in Hermanus. She has given us 2 grandchildren. We live far away from Hermanus now. But every day, our minds are drawn to our children. We don't think, oh, Lydia, we should now just think about our children a little bit. Their faces float into our minds. I want you to know that your Creator, the engineer of the universe, is mindful of you. He cannot get you out of his mind. No.
Jesus.
Your disappointment cannot change God. Your wrongdoings cannot change God. I'm so glad when the prodigal son came home, he didn't first meet the other brother. The father was running because he didn't want the other brother to poison his mind. So much of our typical Christian preaching today is the voice of the other brother. But I thank God for Baba Wetu. We have a Father. And in the man Jesus Christ, the Father came running towards us. The invisible God took on human form. Because in 2 Corinthians 5, Paul says, God was in Christ when he reconciled the world to himself. Now that's a powerful statement. Did God or did God not reconcile the world to himself? Let me put it to you this way. Was God's act in Christ a success? Remember, we're talking about God's belief, not our belief. What is God's belief? So when Jesus was nailed to the cross, when he hung there, what did God's faith see? Paul tells us in Paul's epistles. He says, in the faith of God, we humanity, not us Christians, we humanity, we were represented, we were co-crucified together with Christ. That means when Jesus died, everything that we became in Adam died together with Christ. Hallelujah. You know, when we watch our favorite soccer teams, I'm not even going to mention names, but you know who they are. And you know all the names. So when you're champion, maybe he's from another country. Maybe you've only seen photographs of him in the newspaper. You are a follower. You are a powerful follower. This man, you know, I remember, I will interrupt myself just a little bit. One day I was preaching, we were preaching in a small camp in the Kruger National Park. It's one of the remote ranger camps. And we were a handful of people, maybe 10 people in the gathering. And I noticed the one guy had a Chiefs jersey on. And then there was Orlando Pirates in the same building. Yes, I laughed. I said, you know, us humans, we are funny people. We can be in a small group, but we are still divided about something. I said, I'm so glad tonight I'm not going to say which side I choose. Because I didn't come to make enemies. I said, let's for a moment forget about Kaiser Chiefs. Let's for a moment forget about Pirates. Let's go Bafana Bafana. Sorry Australia, sorry America. Sorry. We go Bafana Bafana. What happens? There is a new level of unity. We are now represented beyond Pirates, beyond Chiefs. So when we come back to the faith of God, and if Jesus is what God believes, then let's take sides with Jesus. And let's be embraced in his embrace. He who broke down every wall of division. He cancelled distance. We don't have to say, oh, who will travel over the waters for us? Who will find the next great teacher there on the other side of the planet? Let's bring it to us. Jesus quotes Moses when he says, the word what is near unto you. It is in your mouth. You see, when we discover the faith of God, what God believes, we discover that God's faith has a voice. Because the destiny of the world was not a book. I thank God for the Bible. But yet in the beginning of my translation, the Mirror Bible, I write, it is the most dangerous book on planet Earth. It is the book I love most. But it's the most dangerous book. Because it has confused and divided more people than any other book. But the destiny of the world was not the Bible. Let's not make an idol of the Bible. The destiny of the world was flesh. The word made flesh. The word finding face. The word finding presence in humanity, in flesh. Jesus is the word made flesh. But here's the good news. He did not come as an example for us. He came as an example of us. His own brother James, the brother of Jesus. He writes in James chapter 1. He says, we have forgotten what manner of people we are. Because we've compared ourselves with the wrong measure. We've looked into the wrong mirror. 2 Corinthians 3 verse 18. Paul says, but now we all zonke.
Yes, we all.
We
all. Yes.
With open face.
What
is an open face? The veil has been removed. Because Jesus is the image of the invisible God. You know, we guessed about God. And our guesses became our doctrine. The invisible God can never again be invisible. Because he stepped into our skin, into human skin. And Genesis 1:26 was repeated again. Let us make man in our image, in our likeness. You carry the image and likeness of God. Now remember, when does something become true? After you believe it or before you believe it? When does gold become gold? After you discover it or before you discover it? It was gold all along. But when gold is discovered, it becomes powerful currency. This is why we preach the good news. Because wherever we go around this planet, there are so many precious people that are confused about their true identity. Especially today, with Google, with internet. We are bombarded with many ideas and images. And we've become idol worshippers of our own making. You know what the word idol is in the Greek and the Hebrew? It's the word image. You see, if Jesus did not come to start the Christian religion, why did he come? Why did Jesus come to this planet? To be murdered by his own creatures? Oh yes. Because God knew it was going to take the death of his son Jesus Christ to reveal to mankind, to give them an open face, to see what was God after. You see, God is not desperately trying to win people to the Christian church. No. Jesus came to reveal something. The image of the invisible God. And what Jesus revealed, he also redeemed. Amen. He redeemed. Why did he have to redeem it? You see, a thief never becomes an owner. Jesus did not have to buy us back from the devil. And Jesus was not trying to impress his father. Because his father demanded that you must die before I will be favorable towards them. Hey, Jesus is the face of the Father. He says, if you see me, you've seen the Father. Why was it necessary for us to be redeemed? Peter says in 1 Peter 1, the priceless blood of Jesus is the currency of faith, whereby God redeemed us from the futile ways we inherited from our fathers. Our minds had to be redeemed from the lies that we believed about ourselves. We were ready to die for our own beliefs. We were ready to lay down our lives for our cultures and ideas. But in the death that Jesus died, God's faith says, one has died for all. Therefore, all have died. We're tapping into the belief of God. Jesus' death brought an end to our old ideas of ourselves. So when we hear the gospel, when we hear the good news, we realize that God has redeemed my original value. The value that's always been there. But our minds have been blinded. And now Paul says, I'm closing with 2 Corinthians 3 verse 18. Paul says now, Zonke, all of us are beholding the glory of God. Here's the good news. As in a mirror, we are not doing window shopping anymore. For so many years I've read the scriptures with window shopping mind. Oh, I want to live like that. Oh, I want to claim that promise. But when the veil is removed, face to face, Paul says we are transformed. Away from the glory that defined us before, to discover his glory, his opinion. You are so beautiful. You are so valuable. Imagine a society where the value that God has revealed in Jesus becomes our language. 2 Corinthians 5:16. Paul says from now on, therefore, I no longer know anyone according to the flesh. Why? We're living in a brand new day, a brand new moment. We thank God for each one of you. Our hearts are always touched when we see you, my brother. And we will make sure that it won't take so long before you see again.
Thank God for the
gospel. I'm not ashamed of this gospel. Because it's the power of God. And salvation. For everyone who believes. But then the next verse. Verse 17, Romans 1.
Number 17 Romans.
Tells us where faith comes from. Paul says, for in the gospel, the righteousness of God is revealed. From faith to faith. You don't have to create your own faith. See, your faith does not change God. Faith is not something that we do to get God to do something back to us. Faith is what happens to us when we hear what God has done for us. Amen. When we hear how persuaded God is about us, faith happens to us. God bless you, my brother. We'll have to run. I'm so sorry.
Oh yes, thank you. Oh yes. Okay, thank you very much.